Hi, Professor. Um, I was going through the readings and the lecture, and I thought that it was interesting when you began talking about the indigenous future. And I feel like this is something that I think about often, um, how our world could be different if we would just think differently. And to me, how I've always thought in my mind is how we could be or go to our indigenous roots and to live life in that way. So, anyway, today I had a creative writing assignment, and it was about um, it was a automatic handwriting assignment, and I thought it kind of echoes what you were discussing, and since it is automatic handwriting, it's not really something that I thought. I just wrote, so I felt like it connected to this idea of an indigenous future. Um, so, what is this life for? This thing that we fight for? To be alive, to be with those we love over and over again. If only the world knew why or understood how we are all connected, how that starburst of the original energy is within each of us. And all the prophets thought this love, this connection. How do we convey this to the world, so filled with spite and hate and envy? How did we get so far from the original light before the flesh, before we even walked onto land, before the first mitochondrial mother of all DNA? In every way, science has looked for life. The truth that remains in each discipline is our interconnectedness, comparing microcosm to macrocosm. There is some connection, physical, chemical. We are one with everything. The earth speaks anger with her magic. She reminds us to listen, yet we ignore her. We are children. We are her children, children of the universe. Look at the patterns of our eyes compared to nebulas, our fetus compared to every animal's fetus. Compare trees to bronchi, astonishing yet ignored. Will we change? Will we learn? Or will we be lost until ours will be the experiment that did not work? Men walk free. Men with free will use themselves for harm and death. People spread disease and despair unapologetically, destroy their surroundings. Will it stop when only a handful are left? Then where will they live? Every studio writes or plays a movie about the end. What will it be? Where will we go? A world without humans? Let's the world heal without us, and it grows back with animals, but no humans. I just want this to be serious. I want humans to care enough to change, which they may not ever. If they all go to heaven instead of back to earth, this teaching, I feel, is the reason people care so, the reason people are so distanced from their actions, from the future, and from those who must live within it. If they cared about the future people's lives, it would be different. We would be further along with cities completely sustainable a world. And that was my 15-minute automatic handwriting. There is something else that you addressed that I wanted to say something
kind
about.
of becomes part of this the state of Oregon.
And it was,
Questioning.
how will you identify and question settler colonialism?
And finally,
how will you listen
to
indigenous voices?
It's ironic after such a time, your labor, your energy.
What I want to say about that is I've had quite a few struggles with this class and identifying who I am, because on one hand, I had been taught that my grandfather was Native American, his mother was half, he was a quarter, and my mother was 1/8. That's what I was told. My aunt did a genetic test and it came back that there is no Native American blood in her at all. And so I was like, what? My dad was like, what? I met her. I know who this is. So I read more into it and it said Native American blood doesn't always show up. But it kind of threw me because I always identified as with my grandfather's Native American identity. This is who I am. I may not be officially a member of any tribe and I may not have any documentation, but I'm Native. I'm Cherokee. And then now I don't say that because I feel like I don't know. I do know that my dad is from, his family's from Mexico and Spain, so I know that because of that, Mexicans are essentially Native Americans and Spaniards, and so I have that blood, and his genetic test said that he's 37% Native American. So, but again, I don't know what tribe, and he said Apache, I think is what they say, but they really don't know. And I don't know if I'm allowed to call myself a native when I don't know which tribe I belong to, how much blood I have in me, and I didn't have a native experience like so many other people have. I have had an experience, and it's been an individual experience of a multicultural family. My mother was, you know, Anglo-Saxon with Scottish and English and German blood and Eastern Europe, and supposedly Native American, Cherokee. And my father, Hispanic, and, um, you know, some other countries like Cuba and France. But for the most part, have a mixture of blood. So I don't know how to identify. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do that without being uh, offending anyone who has lived the Native American experience. Um, so that's the short answer. We'll maybe talk about other things more in my final project. Uh, Thank you, Professor. Thank you, class. I am grateful for you as well and grateful for everything that I have learned. I cherish an education. I cherish the education that I've been given. I even looked into the college with Native American Studies. I'm extremely interested in Native American Studies. And creative writing. So that's where I'm going to leave this part and this discussion 10. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.